Alright guys, it is the first day of the new year 2023 and a great opportunity to talk about the topic of decision making. A very, very important topic because we both know the most successful people on this planet are absolute experts at decision making. They make great decisions, they have a very sound decision making process, and also they avoid wrong decisions which cost them a lot of time and a lot of money. So before I learned this concept, which I'm going to share with you in a second, I would make decisions based on my gut feeling, or looking at a metric of what does this decision yield for me, let's say for example financially. And this is absolutely insufficient because your gut feeling, what's that based on? Your experience. Depending on where you are in life, you might not have that much experience yet. And also you might not be that successful yet to be relying on your gut feeling all too much, right? That's the one thing. The other thing is when looking at only single aspects of it, like financially, for example, right? You're looking at a job offer, you're like, hey, does this financially make sense for me? Also insufficient, right? Because it is a lot more complex than that. It has so many effects on you, spending your time, your years, your young years, or wherever you are in your life on something, that you have to take more stuff into account. And so the concept which I want to share with you on decision making is this. You have to create, and I encourage you to create, a decision making matrix for the decision you're about to make. So let's say, for example, you have a job offer. Okay, it can be any job offer. And how most people go about that, they'll be looking at, okay, what's this job going to pay me? Okay, cool. And does it maybe make sense for my further career? Okay, also good. But if I, for example, would be looking at a job offer, which I don't because I have a business, but if I were looking at a job offer, and which I've done in the past, I would look at it in different metrics. Let's say, for example, the metrics of, am I free? Do I have location freedom and financial freedom? And when looking at location freedom, I would probably say no. When I start into a job, I will have to stay at that very spot. I'd be looking at the metric of security. For me, not so much important, but for other people, maybe very important if you have a family, for example. So you'd be looking at the metric of how secure is this job. You might be looking at what leverage do I have in this job, right? If I invest my time here, do I have a possibility of getting a 10x return on this if I do very well one month? Or do I always have like a fixed salary where I don't have any compensation for extra work? This is something, for example, which is very important to me. I need leverage, right? If I'm a business owner, right? I have a business, I have a consulting firm, I have an agency, and here I have leverage because if I do good deals, if I do good stuff, right, I can disconnect what I'm earning from my own time because I can scale through employees and I can scale through tech, right? Tech solutions. So I can disconnect that and not always be stuck on like an hourly rate, let's say, for example. So that could be also a metric. Do I have leverage, right? Then depending on what kind of personality you have, you might be looking at metrics of, is it intellectually challenging enough, the job? Am I going to learn a lot in that job? Also very important. You're starting into a job. You're at the beginning of your career, for example. You want to learn a lot, right? It would be better probably to earn less and learn more, right? At the beginning, for example. How about networking effects in that company? Do I have them? Prestige? Is it prestigious? Maybe that's important to you. Do I have a mentor there? There are so many metrics. There are so many metrics which you should be looking at. And once you do that, you realize that to make a very sound decision, you have to go through all these metrics. And what you also need to do, this is the second step, once you've written all those factors down, then you have to go and you have to put an X, you have to put a marker on the most important aspects for you, okay? So I might have aspects which are important to me, but they're not that much important to you, but you have to have your non-negotiable aspects. And that could be whatever. But you put an X on them, and then when you get the job offer, or when you get several offers, or several opportunities, business opportunities versus job opportunities, whatever, you put them through that matrix. And you look at it black on white, and you will see what makes sense to you and what doesn't make sense. And you have to be very honest to yourself. And I know this is hard, it's not easy, because you are probably going to see in that matrix, that maybe a job which you feel good about is not the right thing for you because you're not going to be learning enough, etc. And then you have to decline that job. It's a hard decision, but it's the only way of making sound decisions. And you can transfer this process of decision making, which I've learned from a friend and mentor. You can transfer this process of decision making to any decision. If it's in your relationships, if it's to move a city, if it's if you want to work with a specific business partner or not, if you want to partner with someone, whatever. You can make specific decision matrices for these kind of decisions. You can transform them over time. You can, adapt them over time because they will change. Your priorities will change. But this is the only way you are going to make absolutely sound decisions, not waste your time, not waste money, and get ahead in life. I hope this helps you a lot. This concept definitely helps me a lot because before, like I said, I would make decisions based on my gut feeling, which you can do at some point in time if you have a lot of experience and stuff. But this is the best way to measure that. In this sense, if you liked the video, leave a like, share it, comment, and I will keep strolling down this beautiful beach for now. Get a good start into the new year, sit down, keep working on the goal setting, and then I will see you in one of the next videos.